Unit 14 overseas trips. Number 1. Can you describe for me one of the countries or cities you've visited? I remember going to Japan with my family a few years ago. You know, when I was 20 years old, I went to Japan and it was the most memorable experience I ever had. Japan is really close to Korea. It takes about only 2 hours to get there, and Japan has diverse geography, so it has a lot of mountains, rivers, and beaches. First, there are many rivers that flow through cities. Next, there are many mountains in Japan, so these mountains create a beautiful landscape. Plus, there are tons of beaches in Japan, so it is really beautiful. And then the most uh, impressive thing in Japan was people. Japanese are very kind and friendly. So yeah, that's the country I ever visited. Number 2, can you tell me about the things you like to do when visiting another country? I do a lot of things when I travel abroad. I like to move around and go a lot of sightseeing. And then I also visit a lot of tourist attractions such as historic sites or landmark in the country. I take a lot of pictures or shoot video clips and post them on my SNS. And then I like to go to decent restaurant to enjoy the local food. I do online searching to find the best restaurant, and there are a lot of postings and information on the internet, so it's really easy to find them. I also do a lot of shopping. I buy a lot of things at local markets, and I also get some souvenirs for my family, for my friends or relatives. I also go to the duty free shops at the airport. Yeah, so these are things I do when I travel to another country. Number 3, describe for me your first trip to another country. The country I went first was Japan. I was so excited because that is actually my first overseas trip. We stayed at Tokyo, which is the capital city of Japan, for 4 days. We visited many places in Tokyo. The most memorable place was Tokyo Tower. It is really tall and beautiful. I'm afraid of heights, but I went up to the top of the tower, so I was so scared, but it was memorable and I was so impressed by beautiful views. Another impressive thing was food. The food in Japan was amazing, especially ramen is one of the most popular dishes in Japan. Actually, the ramen in Japan and is totally different from the ramen in Korea. That's a funny thing for me. And also, I had ramen, so while traveling, it was so delicious. So I will never forget the taste of the ramen. I want to go there once again. I want to experience the atmosphere and I want to try ramen again after COVID-19.